After the show, it's the after party.
We wanna party.
The After Party Podcast with Freddie Mac and Matt.
Welcome to episode 96.
Yo.
I'm upset it's not 69.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You
damn.
fucking freak. You
That would've been
freak. We're explicit today. We have a guest in the studio today.
Sure do.
Very excited to have Amanda Valentine, the one and only,
Oh, my goodness.
on here with us. Freddie Mac, you just met Amanda.
Just officially in person, yes.
What's your
We're-
what's your first impression?
Of her? Mm-hmm. She seems just like her Instagram pictures. Like she looks really nice. She's got a big smile. Very sweet. You don't hear your voice much.
Oh, yeah.
And when you were on the radio here, I wasn't here yet.
Yeah.
So hearing your voice, you sound like you look, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
It's a very
I'm just throwing you on the spot.
Yeah,
No,
you really
just,
did.
just trying to have some fun. Amanda's a really spontaneous,
What do you
fun
think about
person.
her?
Yeah. What do you
Judge
think
her.
about her now? Do it
think
right now.
He's very tall.
Oh,
You're just a tall human.
am I taller than you thought? Or
I mean, I guess I didn't really think about anybody's height, but I was just like, man, you're tall. How tall are you? Do you get asked that question a lot?
6'2"? Yeah,
Oh,
I get
yeah, so
asked
that's
quite a
tall.
bit. Yeah. I always feel like the tall. I've always been the tall one. So
Yeah. I'm
whatever.
5'4", so I'm little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to ask for help, like reaching stuff on the top.
Yo, I'm an empowered woman. I don't need to
Okay.
ask anybody for help, Freddie.
Got you. You pull out that.
For anything.
Yeah.
All right, I
Pay
got it.
my own bills. I got my own car.
Queen energy all over here.
Okay,
IND. God, I love that too.
got you. Okay,
Do you know what that means?
so you got a stepping stool on standby. All right.
Yeah.
All
In
right,
my
cool.
squatty potty, I just used to
yeah.
reach high things.
All right. Well, ain't nothing wrong with it. Empowered woman.
I
Excuse
miss
me.
you so much.
So Amanda used to be on B105, our sister station, and used to do afternoons.
Yes.
With Jesse.
Same time slot as us.
Yeah, no competition. So we're kind of glad you're not here. I mean, we
You're
No.
welcome.
Do you know what's crazy?
we want you to be here. I wish you were in the building because I've heard so many great things. But we're happy you're not a part of the competition.
I never thought about it that way. Like I guess we think about it. A lot of our coworkers here are our competitors, but like I totally forget about that every day.
Yeah.
Even like when
Don't
you
think about it.
were here, I feel like we were the closest. We were so close.
Yeah,
and,
you weren't real competition.
yeah, you weren't like actual competition, but actually in reality, we actually were like
Yeah.
1 and 2 or our
Just don't think
ratings.
about
Yeah,
it.
but you
against
guys are
each
going
other.
more for women, and B was going for just people, so
Yeah.
men and women. So it's just kind of a different bonus structure when really it comes down to, at least for us, the
Yeah.
competition is for bonuses. It's not for numbers to sell. You know what I mean?
It's all about money.
Yeah.
But I mean, Freddie, you got a nice little taste of what it's like to work with me. I mean, pretty much immediately after meeting you, I told you should get hot dogs thrown at your face on the air today.
You did. You came out immediately. She's giving show content
I
ideas.
know. And you know
I
what?
can't help it.
That's
And
fine.
isn't that an excellent idea? And now I'm just like, fudge, I should have thought of that.
I know. National Hot Dog Day.
I was thinking about it all. When we met him,
All of it.
when I met him, I was just like, so nice to meet you, bro. To this interview, I was like, and you know, like he was like, so who are you with? And I'm with QNOTM. I'm from 3 to 7. Like, we'd love to have you on the show. And he was like, I can make that happen. And I was like, I wasn't expecting you to actually say that. Okay, fine.
Maybe
Come
he'll-
over today.
Maybe he'll bring his own dogs with him.
Maybe his own hot dogs.
Yeah.
We just texted and I told him that he was a hot dog angel.
Aw.
Wow.
You know what? I asked him what his pump up song was before he went into competitions, and one of them
Okay.
is Donna Summers.
Oh my.
Oh, shoot.
I feel love.
Oh.
I feel love.
Nice.
I feel
wow.
love. I feel love. Yeah, and this is how he just moved from California to Indiana by choice because
Pretty nuts.
he's more of a Midwest type of guy.
Well, I mean, I moved from Oregon to Ohio, so
But
okay.
because of your job.
Yeah, because of my job.
Yeah, he
I
was
wasn't
like-
like, woo, Ohio.
Yeah. He's kind of like, woo, Indiana. He was like, I had friends there. I'm like, maybe it's for a lady. He didn't say that, but he was like, y'all like to eat and drink beer here. And I was like, we do. Well,
We
Yeah,
got
these are facts.
plenty of it.
yes.
My wife said the
welcome.
same thing. Mm-hmm. For when I applied, I told her
What,
the
woo,
day I applied.
Ohio. That's
Yeah.
what your wife said?
No, she's the complete opposite. She's like, Ohio? I don't want to move to Ohio. I said, have you ever been to Ohio? Ever?
Well, how are you
I went to Columbus once.
How are you liking Cincinnati? I mean, be honest.
I love it. I like it a lot. And I'm a city boy at heart, too. We moved more recently from, we were living in Southwest Virginia.
Okay.
So much
Virginia's
slower
for
pace.
lovers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It
they
was
bang
great.
and they got a baby.
Oh,
That's true.
man.
Got a
Raw
7 months
dogging.
old. 7 months on National Hot Dog Day.
Yeah, right? That all comes together.
Seriously, no
That's
butt.
what she said. It just, the sex jokes don't stop.
They're just flowing
they really
today.
don't.
I love it. It's fine because we do this when you're not here too.
Really, all we talk about anymore is sex.
Oh.
Sex
And
comes up a
dating
lot
and
somehow.
like sex and
Yeah.
sexting is a big one now.
Yeah, sexting a lot.
Do you sext your wife while you're at work?
No, but I'm thinking now I should start.
You should. You know what I did when I was dating
I got to
somebody?
come up with like cool things though, not.
Well, we make it a game. When I had a
Okay.
previous co-host and I was dating someone at the time, every day I would send a picture of my tit with my co-host in the back and he never found out. But it was always like, check out my tit. And John would be in the background doing something. And it was like a joke. We were always just like shaming each other, just like doing shit like that.
Can
But,
you
like,
please start sending me those photos?
it was so much fun. And the most like, I'm just such a freak. Like in the most like risque places, I'd be like, here's some boob. He has no idea. Every
It's
day.
super risque.
Really enjoying this Cracker Barrel.
It was really fun.
Burlington
So-
Coat Factory. Yeah.
So
They have
you're
great deals there.
you're the type of person that you like potential for to get in trouble or
I
right,
guess so. I've
like
never-
being risky.
I've never defined it, but when you put it that way, because and then I do like, yeah, I guess so.
Because you're doing these things when
Always a
people
risk
are
taker.
around. I would
Always a risk
assume.
taker.
Oh yeah, you're like the parking lot
Yeah.
in the car type of. You're
There's
like,
this
people,
one-
cops could roll up at any second.
Oh,
you know what I
I've
mean?
had that happen to
in
me
public.
before.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Okay. So it was this dude. It was my very first like for realsy boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so he lived in St. Louis and I lived in a small town in Illinois and we both like lived at home. So we didn't have any place to go fool around. So he's like, I know a spot where we can go. I'm like, okay, solid. So I'm trusting him because we were in St. Louis and I didn't know where I was. And so we're in this parking lot, pants are off. All of a sudden 3 cop cars pull up.
Titties out.
And they made me get out of the car and they're shining the light on me and they're just like, is he raping you? And I'm like, no. And they're like, do you want to be here? I'm like, not anymore. Did he hold a gun to your head to be here? No. And I was scared at the time because I was 17 and he was 20. So I was technically underage. And then it turns
Jeez.
out the secret spot he sent me, which I didn't know, I just knew we were behind like a brick building. It was a middle school.
A middle school. Actually, Freddie Mac's gotten a little risque in a church parking lot.
Oh.
No, it wasn't a church parking lot.
It was a school parking lot?
It was.
That makes it even better.
It was.
Hey,
It was elementary
parking
school.
lot buddies.
You guys got a lot in common.
Yeah.
Yours was in elementary school?
No, I wasn't in elementary school. It was an elementary school parking
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But it was on the weekend, so it wasn't during school.
Yeah, mine was during the
hours.
summer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was on a weekend.
But you had no cops, though.
No cops.
You got away with it.
There was the tennis court there, and I think there were people playing tennis, but they didn't care. They didn't look over, or walk over, or anything. That would have been weird.
You weren't really putting on a good show then.
I guess not. Or the windows were tinted just right.
Were you in a minivan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's more room.
A minivan. Yeah.
Roomy.
Seats that were they down or were they completely taken out? I don't know. We were just very prepared for for this moment.
And what kind of minivan was this?
Oh, I don't even remember the make or model. It was
Okay.
old, and she called it Betsy or something like that.
Getting busy in Betsy.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
like it.
What kind of car were you in?
He was in like one of those it was like an 87 Oldsmobile.
Oh, with like the benches? Those are like sitting on sofas. Those
Yeah,
are
it's
good.
like there's a bench seats. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
the
lot
long-
of leg
the
room in
long
those.
back
Yeah,
seats.
yeah.
Those are
Dang.
like Crown Vics. Man, you know what? Can I tell you about like 3 things I really want in my life? To drive a Crown Vic or a
Same.
Cadillac, but mostly like a Crown Vic. I really want to own a gas station drive-through, like a drive.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
And live in a trailer by the river. Not a trailer, but like a nice one, like a tiny home by
Gotcha.
the river.
Betsy,
Just
a
saying.
van.
Yeah, and I'll start banging in the back of that thing all over the place,
You
just
should
to
do
be
the
like you
van
guys.
life, man. Just to have a van and trick it out like on everybody online.
No, that's essentially what I'm saying. But I want it to stay for the most part. If I had a home base, I want it to be, by the river.
Okay.
Just saying.
Which
Base.
is a specific river? The Ohio River?
I guess the Ohio. Yeah, they're really great at like valleys by rivers. And
I
then
don't know.
you know,
That is not my river of choice. If I could choose any river in the United States to
the
live in a
Ohio
van
River,
by.
but the Ohio River is vast and long. You know, there are many other places on it east that are clean.
There's a lot of places to live.
Yeah, but it's like muddy.
Yeah, but it is right here. But like places like to the east of us. Have
Yeah,
like
but you're
really
not like, it's
clean
not like
little
crystal
places.
clear. Like you can't.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to call a tow truck either because you're stuck
I
in
mean,
the
you're
mud.
right. Okay.
I'm not trying to
just-
shit on your
Okay.
idea. I'm just
I'm just questioning your choices.
Yeah,
Thank
wanna
you very
make
much
sure-
for being my friend. Because I'm like, now that you say it, I'm like, well, I mean, I guess you're right. Actually,
we want you
So
to be
many other places I could
successfully
go.
living down and banging down by the river, not
yeah.
barely making it out.
Banging all day. Bang, you guys.
Why drive a Crown Vic?
There's just a lot of room in them. There's a lot of space.
Oh.
A lot of room, and it's so comfortable. They're silent. You know what I mean? The shocks are great.
There's ashtrays.
The shocks. They got them ash. They do.
I'm gonna
do on the back of the
There's
seat.
so
I'm
many
gonna start
of them.
smoking again. Yeah,
There's so
I don't
many
think
ashtrays.
They make those anymore, do they?
I doubt
You
it.
can fit like 10 bodies in the trunk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, my dad.
luggage
was,
for a family of 6 in the back.
see,
NBD.
where I come from, like people have Crown Vics not because they're roomy, but because they're usually old cop cars that they got at an auction.
Yeah.
So you always think, oh shoot, it's a cop, but then it's just some dude from the hood driving past or whatever,
Gotcha.
or rolling up. But my dad's a retired Maryland State police officer.
Oh, okay.
So he had his marked vehicles were Crown Vics.
Yeah.
And they would put like Corvette packages in them. And so you could go really fast, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of ashtrays.
You're right.
I didn't remember that until you
Yeah, it
mentioned that.
sparks some memories, doesn't it? Or then even
Yeah.
like just where the little cigarette, little warmer thing,
Yes.
the little coil thing.
I think like when my mom's family has a Ford dealership, and so growing up, like they were all just driving cars from the dealership. But I remember like playing in the back of Crown Vics, and I would get so excited whenever like my grandma would come in a Crown Vic because they just like throw us kids in the back, never put on our seatbelts, and I just remember there's so much room to like play around.
Yeah.
like as toddlers, we were just like playing hide and go seek in the back of that thing. You know,
Yeah.
it was a great time.
Jeez.
Yeah, my parents had Chevy Novas.
Ah, I don't even know what that is.
It's nothing too exciting, but it's still just like an older car. They kind of, do you know what older car that I like? This is a controversial statement. I hope you guys are ready.
Okay,
That I'm a fan of El Caminos. I think they're cool
I
as
love
hell.
El Caminos.
Me
Cool as
too.
hell. Apparently, that is triggering for some people. They're like,
People can trick them out. Obviously, it becomes a huge surfer car, but also they put like 4-wheel or more every day.
that and a Scout too. Do you know what a Scout
I
is?
do.
Those
Scouts are dope.
Scouts are badass.
Those are actually. I think have they remade the Scout?
I don't think so. And you know what? I'm upset even just with the new remake of the Broncos because I wish they were more of the square body and not
Yeah.
have that
Yeah.
more modern look. What I like about those is
Too
I like
modern.
those boxier. Like the Scout
Yeah.
is like a boxy.
Yeah,
They just kind of cool and just like even like kind of like box body, like old trucks. Like you think of like a farm truck. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I dig that style.
me too.
I like it.
For sure. There is not a new Scout car. There are, I know, people just, they're like popular out west, as you know, and people redo them all the time and whatnot, and they become super fans. Like, how fucking dope this is.
My dad had one, but I got to wait till he dies till I can have it.
Yo, you want me to help with that? Like, what you.
I don't know how many like raccoons and everything are living in it now. I'm not sure like the level of how. I mean, the last time I saw that Scout was like the late '90s, and it was already like broken down in a driveway at that point. So
The late 90s is potentially 25 years ago.
Oh my god, I know. I'm so old.
So, no, what I meant was you need help with like getting your dad out of the way or whatnot, you know?
Oh, with just moving the body?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let me know. I'll, send him something in
He
the mail.
literally could be dead right now. And nobody knows. So it's like
Evidence. This is evidence right here.
I know. I was like, can I get in trouble right now for saying that? It was a joke.
No.
yeah,
It was
no,
a joke.
I mean, yeah.
It was a joke. Everybody.
He's not a healthy human, so like I mean, it's just a matter of time.
So I was like, I mean, if someone
Which
offered
sounds
to
so
push,
mean.
It does, but I mean, it's your
You
dad.
don't know my backstory.
Oh, okay.
I do. That's why I'm like, I mean, I'm telling you, if you need some help, girl, we can accelerate the situation.
Throw him in the back of the Camino.
But my old first car is at his house too, which is my first car was an 81 Dodge Aries, which is also a boxy vehicle.
Okay.
They're also not sexy. Mine was turd brown with a lighter turd brown vinyl top and vinyl seats.
Oh, sexy.
But
That's a hot ride.
Oh, this is like the quintessential like old car.
Oh, yeah.
But do you know what mine was special? That was like what mine looked like.
This one?
It was kind of a dark brown like that, but it was brown.
The brown
Sock
was like
top?
the most popular color.
And it was
I
a
feel
vinyl
like.
top. It was a light brown vinyl top. But the key thing in my car, because my dad was a mechanic, is I had him build in a squirt gun. So it was hidden in the grill, because you see there's a grill in the front. And then it had a cord in the inside of the car that also reached the back seat with a red button. And it was basically, he put in a second washer tank. And so whenever I pressed the button, water would shoot 20 feet out of the front of my car.
That's crazy.
And when you let go of it, it would stop. So then nobody would know where it was coming from. So me and my friends would cruise the Walmart parking lot and just sit up in front and just and zap people. And then by the time they look, you let go of the button, they don't know where it's coming from.
This is what you guys did when you were teenagers.
That's great.
I love you. You said the Walmart parking lot, shoot water at people. They had no idea.
Listen, when you grow up in
were the
Millstadt,
best.
Illinois, there's not too much else to do.
So that's like
Oh my
small
gosh.
town.
Yeah, just
Illinois?
I had to go to another town to go to the Walmarts. I had to go to Belleville, Illinois, is where Walmart was. Millstadt, we didn't even have a high school. I had to go to be shipped to another town. So
Dang.
yeah, so I couldn't do anything until I had a car, and then it was exciting. Then I just squirted people, which was fun for me.
Squirt.
Couldn't wait to get to Walmart. So
Yeah,
you made the most out of those trips to Walmart.
yeah, get everybody
funny.
nice and juicy.
Yeah.
Well,
Get ready for them rollback sales.
speaking of squirt, my brother is graduating college.
Oh, my
He's
goodness.
officially graduated.
What's his major?
Business and organizational leadership.
Oh my goodness! So
He is a natural leader and role model. That kid, Squirt. I tell you.
I always forget. What's your ass tattoo say that you got matching with his?
Hashtag gross.
Oh, you have a matching tattoo with your brother?
I do. I have a couple with Jake. And my
I knew she had an ass tattoo. I just never asked what it was.
I have like five or six.
Ass tattoos?
Yes, you didn't know that?
I didn't know you had that many. I thought you had one.
How did you not know that?
I thought you had one.
No, I think I have solid 5. There's 1, 2,
What?
3, 4. Yeah, 5.
And what
Five on my
are
ass.
all of them? You have to give the full description.
Yeah, I thought you had one. So I got a lot of catching up to do. All right, let's count them out.
All right. Hashtag swag. Hashtag stay woke. Hashtag gross. Then I have a scallywag. And then I have BFF. And then my BFF has the same BFF and her initials. And she has BFF and my initials. She was my BFF at the time. And I think that's it.
Jeez, man.
That's awesome. I do have a
I
friend.
also have hashtag pitted. And
What's
Pitted.
that mean?
What's that?
pitted, bro.
What is
I
that?
don't know that one.
It's like a stoner. Remember that guy Chris I dated?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a joke between us and I got the tat. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Are they just like in line with each other? Like one
Kinda.
after
Like a
you-
grocery list?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a list. Kind of.
They are
All
a
in the
little
same
bit,
like cheek?
No, they're spread.
Buttocks?
They're spread. I think I have 3 on the right and 2 on the left.
Got to even that out.
Yeah.
Oh, can we vote to what your next ass tattoo should be?
Sure.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a hashtag?
I mean, hashtags are fun.
Oh,
It doesn't have. No, it doesn't have to be a hashtag.
That's
at
the
all.
theme. It
Yeah,
sounds
you got a
like.
theme going. We need to have a good hashtag to even out your ass cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to think about this one.
Yeah.
You have any
I know, we got-
suggestions, Freddie,
Nah,
for what your co-host should have permanently put on her ass?
You know what's crazy?
It sounds like she'll have just about anything.
it's true.
Well,
Once you
there's hashtag gross.
Any,
I'm
right.
not sure.
Any
I think
inside
anything
joke
goes.
we come
Hold
up
on.
with.
You know what's even funnier about the hashtag gross?
Yeah.
Is me and my 2 brothers. So me and 2 of my brothers, so the 3 of us, all got hashtag gross. And like all these tats are in handwriting. So then you go to the tattoo parlor, they just like photocopy it, then they trace it, right? Mm-hmm. So somehow we didn't understand how to make it work to where we all, we wanted it to be on each other's, we wanted each other not to have our own handwriting on our asses.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And somehow I got my own handwriting of saying gross on my ass. And somehow just they swapped and we didn't all just like go to the right. You would think you would just do that and then we would all swap it, but it like didn't.
You
And
had 2 copies of your own?
somehow I have it in my own handwriting. And then those 2 swapped, and I have hashtag gross me, but we all got it together.
So is the person that chooses your next hashtag ass tattoo, do you get it in their handwriting?
Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
Man.
Sounds like it.
Usually there's some significance with the other ones.
So it needs
with all
to
of them.
it means something to you then.
Wow.
A little bit. But
That
this
also
one
sounds like a card game where no one shuffled the cards right.
Yeah.
You got the wrong ones. You got a
pretty
sucky hand.
it's pretty much what happened. Like I love thinking about it. I'm like, this is in my own handwriting, which is really bad, by the way.
What part did you realize it was your own handwriting when it was too late?
Yes. And I was like, wait, this is mine. But all of our handwriting is really bad and looks the same. I thought mine was my brother's. And then I thought mine was my brother Evan's. And then when we all like talked afterwards, they're like, no, we have each other's. I guess you got your own. like, oh, well, that's fucking lame. But,
Do you have any ass tattoos, Freddie?
he has zero tattoos.
None
at all.
You
Yeah,
want one?
I do.
What do you want to get?
Not any of those.
He doesn't
No?
know. We talk about this often.
Yeah, it comes up from time to time. I don't know what I want. I wouldn't mind having like handwriting of someone in my family, but I don't know what.
Couldn't you get like your baby's footprint or something?
That's a pretty
Or like, hold on.
a pretty big foot.
Wait, what about, how about,
How big's your baby?
Now? I mean, he'll be 7 months tomorrow.
he's a
Get
big
one off of
baby.
his birth certificate.
Yeah, I could do that.
No, or how about this?
know.
Or why don't you get like an actual photo of your baby, like his face, like
Oh, God.
on your arm or like on your chest, like some people do?
Yeah.
Like the Gerber baby is like a drawing of the baby. That's what it looked like.
Those still look so horrifying sometimes because you have to have an excellent artist. Otherwise,
Yes.
it's like, oof.
It's creepy baby look.
Wait, how many tats do you have?
I have just one. I got mine. So my last day on the air here was New Year's Eve, and then New Year's
wow.
Day I drove down to Asheville, North Carolina, and then I got my tattoo.
Ah.
So I want to get another one, and I've contemplated getting a sleeve,
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
You would rock a sleeve for
but
sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure but I think I'm just going to get something on my right arm. But the one I got in Asheville, it just says "You are a force." And it has a little Pachamama on it, which is a little spiral. So you are a force is actually one of my favorite compliments I've gotten because I'm really shitty at accepting compliments. And I just have a hard time with that. And it was the first gym I went to in Cincinnati. And this dude named Steven, who just worked out at the gym with me. And one day he's just like, "You are a force." And I'm like, I like that. And I'm like, that's a compliment that I accept and
Yeah.
I want to live in of like, you're a force of nature, you're a force to be reckoned with. So I just kind of put that on a Post-it note with all my little affirmations I use every day. And then the spiral kind of represents like Mother Earth. Like if you look, a lot of like plants and shells have the spiral in them. And also if you think of like tornadoes and hurricanes are spirals. So I like to think of that of like, even though there's like death and destruction, there's always rebirth.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's kind of, not so, I get to look at that every day. So when I have
see it.
bad days, I'm like,
Oh,
got to
cool.
remind yourself, like, you're a force, you can get through this. So.
That means you believe it. I feel like when you accept that compliment, that means you believe it.
I do. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a body compliment. It's not
Yeah.
like you're pretty or you're looking, you're looking so skinny or anything like that. It's just like, just your presence is a force. And I think that's cool.
Nice.
So that's mine. But yeah, I want
like
meaning
the,
and stuff with
the
mine.
font. It's very fine print.
Yeah, that's why I
Fine
saw
ballpoint pen.
this chick in Asheville. She was like a fine point,
cool.
like that was her gig. And so I mean it literally took like 2 minutes and I didn't even feel it because
Really?
it's such fine. And it's just her handwriting, it's not mine or
Okay.
anybody else's, so the handwriting doesn't have any significance. So which I kind of like because I don't know. Then it's just scary if like you choose somebody's handwriting and then if shit goes down and you're
Yeah.
not tight anymore and then you're just like, oh, and now I'm reminded of them all the time. And I don't really want that.
That works out for Natalie because you're always going to be down with yourself.
Right? It's
Yeah.
always
Hopefully
gross.
you're-
Gross.
But see, now maybe your next one should be like empowering of
Yeah.
like, hey, that was my phase of my life then, and my phase of my life now is just like hashtag badass or something.
Yeah, dude.
Bad
That's why
bitch.
I don't regret any of mine. I would say if there's one I would change, it would be the motorcycle one because I don't ride bikes and it's just like people ask about it all the time and I just hate explaining about it.
Yeah.
But like I don't regret any of them. They're all like they're all fun. They bring back great memories or memories at some point. Like I don't know, I love them all. They're all part of me and I really like them.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That gross one, you could be like how it started and then how it's going could be whatever the new hashtag is.
I don't think it's
and
funny.
Well, there's also too, you're always going to have gross days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, also just owning that too, I think is
Yeah.
empowering. Just be like, yeah, not every day is awesome. Sometimes you just feel fucking gross.
Well, I don't think about it. This is why we got gross, okay? So my brothers and I got drunk one
Yeah,
night
why?
and we were like, we all want to get a matching tat, right? But we didn't know what we wanted to get. So we went to this bar, Please, in Cincinnati, and we were all having drinks. We got drunk and we were like, what do we get? We didn't know. So all three of us were single at the time. So I got out our phones, I got out our Tinder app. And on my Tinder, on the About Me, mine said, I'm really only here for their finger banging. Or like, I'm really just here for the finger banging. My brother Evans said, his might have just been blank, or said something like, "This is all a waste of time," or something like that. And then my younger brother Jacobs just said, gross. And so when we were, I forget what Evan said, it was super funny. But anyway, so then like we decided, that was on like a Sunday, and we were like, we're going to get tattoos on Wednesday before Evan leaves on Thursday. So all those couple of days we were texting about what we thought.
Yeah.
And then finally like hashtag gross came up, and that was the only one that all three of us were like immediately like, yes, we have to do
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of people did you attract with just here for the finger banging?
Oh my God.
I just see like
That
marriage
people that you
material.
actually never want to meet. Like
Yeah.
it was such a joke. It was just so hilarious. It was scary, and especially and that's how it was when I lived in LA. And so you'd get these like crazy freaking people.
Mm-hmm.
People that I was like, I don't want to meet any of you.
Well, I mean,
Oh
you
my
asked
God.
for that.
Totally. Totally.
I'm just here for
The most
finger
amazing
bang.
bio I have ever heard.
I'm really just here for the finger
I am changing my LinkedIn page right now.
That's hilarious. Well, where can everybody find you, Amanda?
Well,
Because you do things.
You can find my podcast. It's called Pound This. It's not porn. It's about health and wellness and weight loss. You can find that anywhere where you listen to podcasts.
with that non-porn voice.
Oh my goodness, gross.
we gotta get her to do some drops.
Oh, dude, I love using the porn voice. Whatever you need.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the main reasons
voice?
I wanted to be the production director at my college radio station, because you got to be the station imaging voice, and I could just be like, oh.
Fucking freak. Fucking freak.
So Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, but you can find me at poundthis.com. Also, my business website is AmandaValentineBites.com. Multiple meanings on that one too. And you can find me on Instagram at You Can Pound This, also not porn, or on Facebook, which just really is where my Instagram dumps into, at Amanda Valentine Bites on the first book.
And Amanda's got a lot going on. So not only do you have your own podcast and your own stuff, you have like your own.
That's the Amanda Valentine fashion
Yes,
designer.
right. That always
who,
happens.
I have to say, I've been in a battle with over trademarks, because
You
she's
have.
like trademarked her own name, and apparently I can't trademark my own name because she
got
has.
to it first.
Damn.
So,
Dang.
which is a weird first world problem that I never thought I would deal with.
Trying to think, you don't want to change the spelling.
Well, Amanda also has, let's see, you have a cookbook, and then you have your own spice line and recipes and
My
meal
own
prep,
Coffee Emporium coffee.
your own coffee.
So you can find all that at
Yeah.
AmandaValentineBites.com.
You got a whole bunch going on.
Yeah, so that, and I'm also a personal trainer in Cincinnati. It's Cincy 360 Fitness. If you're interested in, personal training, you can always email me, Amanda at AmandaValentineBites.com. You need a personal trainer, Freddie?
I do, yeah.
Do you?
I honestly feel like I don't like going to the gym alone, because I feel like I'll throw my back out or something.
Really? Oh man, what are you
Like
doing?
my
Some
fam
hardcore
will be-
deadlifts?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Oh, okay. As I look at a crunch, like right through the window
Crunch
from your
Fitness,
studio.
yeah. I know, it is like I really need to go too. It's like God telling me, hey, go to the gym. Yeah, Natalie's giving me like the look, like, yeah, you should go.
You should only go if you enjoy it. You shouldn't force yourself. You shouldn't see like fitness as punishment.
No, I don't. I grew up playing sports and stuff like that, but
it's something that he
post-college,
genuinely really wants to do.
yeah. I have some goals for myself. So yeah. It's not. I don't look at it as punishment. I just want to make sure I'm doing things right,
correctly.
the
Yeah, you don't
correct
hurt
form.
yourself.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
preventative.
then you should totally go to your gym then.
You totally can if you want to. I'm not sure if I would be the best trainer for you, but somebody there is.
Oh,
It's
there's
just
other people there.
It's just a personal training gym. So there's now
Oh.
there's 5 of us.
Gotcha.
So you don't have a membership like a Crunch or anything. Like you specifically work with a personal
Okay.
trainer, and we all kind of have our own flavor of training and experience. And I'm the newbie, so I've only been personal training for realsies. Like I took my first paid client in February of this year. And then my focus is just kind of weight loss clients. So, but everybody else is former athletes and can focus on correctives and all sorts of stuff. So,
Okay.
Great group of people.
This sounds
Excellent
dope.
group of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like something I need.
yeah,
All
dude,
right.
come get swole.
Word.
Swole, bro.
It's
Get it,
already.
bro.
I'm gonna get that winter bod because it's already summer. So
Get that fall bod, man.
Fall.
Can't you see just like this is when, okay, Just imagine now you're on the horse and all of a sudden you get out your bow and arrow, but you have the fall colors behind you on the trees, okay?
Yo.
So Freddie Mac has his fantasy.
I was like, where is this coming from?
Well,
it sounds like porn.
It sounds like romance novel.
Yeah, it really does.
Exactly what it is.
You have a horse fetish?
No, not at all. Not at all. See you see what you started? So I have this fantasy of, I've never ridden a horse. I've also never shot a bow and arrow. But I have a fantasy of just doing, I can't even think of the name of the movie, but like riding on a horse, no shirt on.
Oh my.
Looking just swole washboard abs.
Dang.
And maybe a vest with all my patches flapping
very
against my
Robin
chest.
Hood.
Yeah. And I just, as I'm riding, no hands on the horse, just shoot something with my bow and arrow.
There's no horses. You know what I just saw today? That's
What?
a new thing in Cincinnati.
What's that?
It's bow and arrows, but it's dodgeball with bow and arrows. And they put like these big Nerf balls at the end of the bow and arrows.
shoot.
And it's dodgeball and bow and arrows. I'm like, I don't think I should be doing that because I have a concussion right now, but I'm like, I also really want to do it.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
dude.
lot of fun.
That sounds like Lost Boys stuff, like Rufio type stuff. Remember
yeah.
when they got in that fight before and they did that
That's
stuff?
Hook, though, from Rufio. That's not Lost Boys.
Well, the boys were called the Lost Boys.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
Rufio.
I'm thinking of the movie Lost Boys.
Oh, no. Good one. I've actually never seen that movie.
That was on the other night, as a matter of fact. I was
Lost
flipping
Boys?
through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to watch some 80s vampires and some...
Is that what they are?
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's hot 80s vampires.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember the Corys are in it.
Yeah, so if you just look at the pictures of them, and what's his face?
Corey
Kiefer Sutherland.
And Kiefer Sutherland.
Which I took a page out of his book, and I jumped into a Christmas tree once after he did. I snapped it in half. It was very fun. I did it at a bar, and then I ran away.
Was he there? Was he there?
No, but it was right after he did it, and I'm like, well, like, I guess you're my role model now. I'm like, I really want to jump into a Christmas tree, so I did.
Does he do that in this movie?
No, he just did that in real life because he was hammered.
God, I love you so much.
It was
Just
show
'cause?
prep at the time.
Damn.
I was on a station like Q102 at the time, so we talked about that a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but if you look at pictures, like that look is so coming back from Lost Boys of like the one dangly like cross earring and kind of the like curly.
A buddy of mine
like-
has that. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like it's like what's his face in the last or from Stranger Things, the hot bad boy brother. Why can't I think of his name?
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Stranger Things?
Nah. I was 5 minutes into the first episode. I was like, this isn't for me.
What is your thing?
Comedy.
The Bachelor.
Anything. Okay.
The Bachelorette.
That's just for show prep. For show content.
Well, I mean, what do you legit watch?
I hate watch that stuff. I watch a lot of crime mystery shows.
This guy.
So like I just finished watching Startup on
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay.
I'm watching Queen of the South right now. Like
I don't know
I'm
any
Breaking
of these.
Bad,
Okay.
Dexter,
Okay.
shit like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Like anything with crime, mystery, suspense, thriller.
Do you listen to like true crime podcasts?
No, I just haven't gotten into those. I did once, Serial podcast,
Okay.
and the murder and everything happened in Maryland. So not where I'm from, but nearby where I'm from.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I got to listen to this. And I loved it, but I'm not into it. Like there's a cult of people that are like really into true crime
Oh, for
podcasts.
sure, yeah.
Or like true crime documentaries. Nah, not so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like shows with like acting, I'm all for it.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I like Dateline, but that's I think where I hit the end of the line with that stuff, and I don't even really watch that either. And we also just recently ditched Netflix, so I feel like
Really?
yeah, because it's
Why?
like we have so many other streaming services,
Oh, okay.
and we found that we're not really even using Netflix.
Dang. So which one are you using the most now?
I don't really use any of them anymore. I just watch TikTok, so I don't even watch shows anymore.
Yeah.
But we have Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Those are the main ones that we kind of pull on HBO Max.
Yeah.
But we don't pay for that one.
I don't pay for it either. Natalie Jones does.
Yes, he's
I owe her like $3 a month or whatever.
It's $8 a month, but don't worry, I'm
No,
not counting.
my half.
I know it's $16 a month.
Oh, is it total 16? I thought it was $8.99.
Look at you
$6.16.
guys. Sharing is
Holy
caring.
moly! All
I
right,
know. It's okay. I was doing it for a long time before you came around. I'm happy to share.
yeah. Natalie was overpaying for Netflix. She was paying for like the 6 shared screens and
Oh,
all that. You know,
damn.
if you have multiple people, she was the only one on the account. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're paying like $10 more than you should.
Right? So now I
$20
don't.
more.
But you know what? Since I just have one, because I don't like watch Netflix very much either. So I just have like one account on and only like one I think I paid for just one screen also.
Yeah, we fixed it.
And I know, but there was a time recently where I went to go watch my Netflix and somebody else was on it. So one of those people that had been on it.
They got back. Mm-hmm. They messed up your.
I think it was my friend Sean.
Messed up your algorithm, your recently watched list.
The only that's bad about that is people can see all the other dumb crap that you're watching, and it's like, oh, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so we're mindful of that when we use HBO, of like just choosing like these just cheesy movies to watch just for funsies, of like, oh, he's going to know that we're watching King Ralph.
I don't know what King Ralph is.
John, do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it.
It's I don't know why that was the poll I went for. I don't even know if that's on HBO. It's a John Goodman movie where the entire British family dies and he somehow is just a redneck person from the United States.
John Goodman is amazing.
Gets to be like the king of England. But
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
basically like Dan Connor from Roseanne, but
From
now
Roseanne.
he gets to like live in Buckingham Palace.
Ah, cool. Look at this.
Right
Look
up
at
your
this.
alley.
That looks amazing. With a Las Vegas t-shirt.
I love John Goodman.
Me
Yeah,
I haven't
me
seen.
too.
I don't think I've seen that movie, but I think John Goodman is just a.
Yeah,
God rest
if you're
his
just looking for
soul.
like a
He
good.
passed, didn't he?
No,
I'm
he's not
thinking-
dead.
I'm
He
thinking
lost
of
a ton of
John.
weight.
That's what happened. Okay, I'm thinking of
lost
the
a lot of
other
weight.
John.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like one of
The
those
other
like
job.
Sunday afternoon TBS sort of movies. You know what I mean? Of
yeah.
this is just kind of fun because it's on.
Do you know what I always loved about him? Is his neck shake. For some reason about his neck shake, I
When he
liked
gets
it.
when he gets loud or
Yeah,
frustrated.
and or sometimes when he bites things, his like neck shakes. Like I always found that so endearing about him.
All right, so Natalie's got a neck fetish.
Oh my God. Is he on what's the website where you can like pay celebrities to send you a message?
Cameo.
Cameo.
I wonder if you could make that video.
that'd be great.
Get a neck shake.
Pay him
I'm gonna
like
figure
$50
this
to
out.
give you a neck shake.
Cameo. Let's go. I'm looking
Is he on
this.
there? I wonder how much it would cost.
He might be too. Like he's got other stuff to do.
I know.
So
don't
he
know
might
who's-
not be there, but it would be amazing if he is. Yeah, because what is that? Vanilla Ice? Of course, Vanilla Ice is
Boo.
there. Try to think of like
everyone-
the most.
Oh, I didn't finish.
Oh, well, is Tiger King on there? No, he can't be. He's in
No,
jail.
he's in jail. He's trying to get out, but he ain't going.
All I want to know is if Joe Exotic still has his eyebrow ring on in jail.
Oh, I can't imagine they would let you keep that.
Who are all these people?
None of
on
them are
Cameo?
John Goodman.
He's not on there. He should
Who
be.
is that? The Crypt Keeper?
I do not know. It's not. Oh my gosh, I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, exactly. This list.
Are you actually on the right Cameo website?
Oh,
or-
dude,
I am.
This is some show prep for you guys. What you should do is both of you, on your own, find to get a message for each other from the most random
Okay.
C-list
that'd be
celebrity,
so great.
like $5, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like almost like you guys do the reveal together of this, like who did you find to
Oh,
send me a message?
that
Yeah,
was
that's
so
the,
great.
is that the guy that's like I'm a snake, I'm a snicky snake?
I have no
think that's
idea.
who that guy is.
Washed up child actor from the campaign. I went to the petting zoo and let the goat lick my penis.
Can you guys put yourself on Cameo? Because apparently
I
this
think
guy
you
did.
can. Yeah,
God.
I think you can.
Oh,
I've heard of
but-
like other radio people doing it. as a
Oh
matter of
yes,
fact. I'm
please
like,
just go find some like
Oh my
like Steve
gosh.
Guttenberg, like that's a good rando. You think of like Mario Lopez, although he's not as random as like Screech, but Screech is dead.
So I know.
Mr.
R.I.P.
Belding.
I met Screech and Mr. Belding.
I met
Screech
Screech
asked
before,
me for
too.
cocaine once.
Whoa, was
He
he in
asked her
town
whole
for a
morning
show?
show.
Did
Yeah.
you give it to him?
No, he asked our morning show if we had any like hookups for him, and we're like, no, it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like exactly. I've been awake
Yeah, like, I
for
need to wake up.
days.
No,
Like,
yeah. He
hello.
definitely has that look, and so does oh my gosh, what's his name?
Well, God rest his soul.
From Saved by the Bell.
No, not from Saved by the Bell.
This might be who you're thinking of. I did get drunk on a job interview with Pauly Shore once.
Pauly Shore. That's
Yeah, that's what I
exactly
thought
who
you
I'm
were
thinking
thinking
about.
of, too.
That.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's interesting.
He's the weasel.
Yeah, we interviewed him, and the night before, I'm like trying to prep some questions for him or whatever. He gets on Instagram Live from his hotel, which was right next to the radio station, and he was in his underwear, tidy whities,
Pauly Shore?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
mumbling, and he sounded high. I thought something was going on. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, he was just on there. He kept walking back and forth. He would leave and go take you could hear the shower running in the back, and he'd come back in just a towel, and he's just like looking down at the camera or whatever. I was like,
Wait,
what the?
what
Yeah,
was
I
this?
love
How
how
do
you
you
just
know this?
watched
What
it,
was he
though.
doing?
I watched the whole thing.
What was he doing?
He
walking
nothing,
around.
just walking back and forth through his room
hold on,
and
I'm sorry,
talking to the Instagram live from like the other side of the room, not even on camera.
Oh, how many people? How many viewers did he have?
Just Freddie.
A few, 6 of us.
But
it was probably a couple hundred. But
Yeah, I got-
Pauly Shore is exactly what I was talking
I got
about.
drunk with him on a job interview in Toledo.
A job interview. So wait, so how did you meet him? Like, how did you run into him?
This whole
Oh, wait, hold
this
on.
is a whole long story. But I'll try. The shortest part was like he was in town to do a show. I was there with the morning show guy. I mean, there's just so much radio nightmare to the story. I don't know if you guys want to hear this, but it's insane.
Oh, I'm interested.
Well, okay, so this dude, he owned a restaurant outside of the radio station in Toledo, and so I flew to Toledo to do a test show with him on a Monday, but I flew in on a Saturday, so like spend the weekend, get to know the show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the first thing
Smart.
he does is picks me up, takes me to his restaurant. And we're sitting there eating lunch, and he's like, "Would you work here part-time?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm not going to move to Toledo to do the morning show part-time." He's like, "No, like at the restaurant." And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
so he's like, "Well, everybody else we interviewed said they would." And I'm like, "Good for to be a waitress part-time and be your co-host." Like,
Yeah.
what? And so anyway, like he kind of gave me a little tour around town. And so it was like this big kind of like outdoor mallish space, which is where their comedy club was at Pauly Shore was at that night. And then my hotel was there. And so then that night I went to his restaurant, ate there twice in one day and saw him again. He took me to a house party at his house where he was like feeding me punch full of 151 and homegirl got hammered. And so then he took me to this bar where Pauly Shore was. He's like, "Do you want to go meet Pauly Shore?" I'm like, "Sure." So then I was drunk with Pauly Shore, and I was just like, he just hated being there. You could tell he didn't like being there. I got blackout drunk, and so I woke up the next morning in my hotel room with a guy who was an intern for the morning show in my hotel room. And I'm like, "What are you doing in here?" And they're like, "Oh, well, Andrew said that the radio station paid for the room, so then I could stay in here with you." And I'm like, and I just don't remember because I was so drunk. And I'm like, okay. So I got a text from the morning show guy that morning, asking me what the intern's nuts tasted like.
What
Oh
the
my gosh.
And I'm like, and then I had to go meet with the PD for lunch, hungover. And then that night there was like a comedian on the show. And I met with him. The first thing he asked me is it easy to make you cry? And I'm like, "Why is that your thing to like make the girl on the show cry?" He's like, "Yeah, I made the last girl cry a lot." And I'm like, "Well, bring it, buddy. I dare you. Like, go ahead." And so that was awkward. And then the next morning, he was late picking me up for his own morning show. I was the only one on the whole show that show prepped. And then when I got in there, they had a giant gong hanging in the studio, and he hit the gong at the top of the hour, and they were answering phones in the same room, being loud as hell while like we were on it was just a nightmare. And then afterwards, they had someone from another station drive me back to the airport. And then this guy's like, the first thing he said when we got in the car, he's like, "Dude, don't move here. This place is a shit show." And I'm like, "I know it.
Yeah.
I got it." And
You're
then
like, "Yeah, don't worry about that. I won't."
not too long later, homeboy got fired, he got fired and he went to jail for like tax evasion on his restaurant.
Jeez.
Wow. Toledo sucks anyway.
Yeah, I only went there because one of my good friends lives there. And at the time, I was on a 4-person morning show in Rochester, New York. And we consolidated. We moved from CBS to Entercom to another company. And we were the only show left as 4 people. And it was 2 guys, 2 girls. And I was explicitly told by a manager, "Hey, everybody else went down to 3-person morning shows. The formula is 2 guys and a girl. The other girl's married to the PD. Guess who's going to go?"
Shit.
And
What
so I'm
station
like-
in Rochester?
Huh?
What station in Rochester was that?
98 PXY, the number
Yeah.
1 hit music station.
I know it.
Yeah, I was there for 4 years. So I did the morning show from 2006 to the very beginning of 2010. And then I
Cool.
moved to Denver.
Okay.
And yeah, so that was where I'm like, I guess I'm going to start looking for other jobs. And that was just one of like, it's good practice. And even my OM at the time listened live in his office because he knew I was there on a job interview. I wasn't being secretive about it. And he's like, even texted me. He's just like, "Well, you're too good for this show." And I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry. I know. Like it was an experience, but it's just like, now it's just kind of like one of those like radio war stories of just like, wow, that was probably the most messed up interview process that I've had out
You
of my
dodged a
Sounds
huge bullet.
Yeah.
too.
Sounds like a blast.
I mean, it's funny in hindsight, but at the time I'm like, you're applying for other jobs of like, is this it? Like, is this like what there is to choose from? And I mean, this was also 2009, end of 2009. So
for some reason, I thought it was like way earlier than that.
no, like that was one of the interviews I had before I took the job in Denver, and we moved to Denver in February of 2010. And then I was in Denver 3 years, and then I was in Oregon for 2 years, and now I've been in Cincinnati almost 7. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome.
Cincinnati and now for real.
This conversation really went all over the place.
It did. And you
This
know
is what
what?
we do.
Right? And we're here for it. I wish we could stay longer. What
I
time
know.
is it? Do we got to get on air? Have we missed breaks yet? How many?
No, we're good.
How many? Minutes?
Don't
look
you
behind
guys
the
have
curtain.
a show to do?
Usually, I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to do
I'm
anything. I just want to
honestly
sit and
like,
talk.
wait, hold on. What time is it?
A look behind the curtain. Yeah, we're usually recording after the show, but this one's before the radio show today.
I know, which is really good. I love when we get this done, and also that means we can get out of the out earlier today. And
Natalie never wants to be here, so
no, I was up.
she wants to rush and get out.
Most
No,
of
I'm
the
just kidding.
time, I have something to do at like right after work.
Oh, that's right. She's got a
Today.
masseuse coming over. Or something.
No, the masseuse was last night. Today, I have a carpenter coming over to do some carpentry work in my house. But I also like.
Is that code for something?
That's what
I mean,
asked.
maybe hopefully I'll get that D at least along the way. Tonight, he's just gonna scope the scene to see what he can do, what he can build and whatnot. So I'm happy to get out a little bit earlier.
Gotcha.
I can't believe you've been here for 7 years.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Almost 7, yeah.
I guess I've known you for 4.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna be bugging you for more show content. So
Dude,
she's
I
the
like
best.
doing
She
that
loves
stuff.
it too.
I know we've been
She
meaning
loves
to
it.
like hang out and talk like
I know.
mad long ago when I first got here, but
Her schedule's nuts. It's hard to get on
Yeah, my
her
schedule.
I
schedule.
know, man.
kind of-
You can pound this. It's just rocking and rolling over there.
You know it.
So, all right. Well, we got to roll. Thank you, Amanda Valentine.
Thank you
so much, Amanda. So good to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
What a day we've had.
Yes, it's been so good.
Oh my God. Yeah. How good was it?
Oh, I'll remember it forever.
Oh yeah. You're never going to forget?
Never.
Never.
Oh my God. I hope you don't mind that I'm leaving snail trails in your studio.
Oh, it's good for the skin.
Oh, yeah.
Peace and love.
And whatever it is you do today, make yourself proud.